1922 in northern Canada, in the middle of winter, there's a family in a wagon. They've brought everything they own and they've moved 1,000 miles. And then suddenly everything is gone. Hi there, I'm Appy from iCode Happy. I'm a website and data advisor. This is one of those stories I think about when I want to quit. So I wanted to share it with you today. This is week 2 of our January series, and these are stories that inspire me, so I'm sharing them in hopes that they'll do the same for you. Cyrus Lord Bryant and his wife Phyllis, they've already endured some hard times. He was born in Massachusetts. She was born in Wisconsin. She had tuberculosis before she was finally given the all clear. They started their married life in Montana, then moved to Washington State. They have 4 children. Jane is 9, Caroline is 8, Albert is 7, and Florence, they call Bunch, she's 4. And they have a dream of moving to northern Canada. They put everything they own, including their savings, into a wagon. They drive north for 1,000 miles. It takes them months. They reach this small town in the middle of winter. It's 40 degrees below zero. And when they finally reach this small town, they get rushed into the house to be treated for frostbite. It's so cold that they're afraid that their food might freeze. So they leave a lighted lantern underneath the wagon overnight. At dawn the next morning, it's now 50 degrees below zero. They go check on the wagon, and it's gone. The lantern caught the wagon on fire. Everything is gone, including their life savings, which they were planning to use to buy their new place in their new home. All they have left is a crowbar, an axe head, and a few horseshoes. Critically, they're all okay, and they still have their horses. They could have blamed themselves for this mistake, for losing everything. They could have been so discouraged and disappointed that they turned back. They could have defined themselves by their loss. But instead, a kind rancher lent them food and clothing. Over the next 2 months, Cyrus cut down logs and built them a 2-room cabin. And for 4 years, they all worked dawn to dusk. Cyrus hired out his horses. Phyllis wove clothing for them and for the neighbors. She sheared sheep. Even the kids did whatever they could with an axe, with a horse, with a rifle. And 4 years later, they had enough to buy a place. When their plan literally burned to ashes, they found another way. Running a small business means that some days you wake up and you say, I'm not cut out for this. I just don't have what it takes. I'm not a real business person. I'm not a real entrepreneur. Maybe I should quit. I'm just not skilled enough. My business isn't big enough. I'm just not enough. And this family, they could have thought that too. Who else would make this mistake? How are we going to start over? It's going to take too long. We just can't do it. But the same strength that brought them through TB, through the decision to move north, through the 1,000-mile journey where they almost froze before they even got there. However it happened, they learned that special brand of perseverance. Most days, I can find a reason to quit. And then I find one more reason to keep going. I have those feelings, the fear, the insecurity, and it would be so easy to give up. But this is one of the stories that I remember. They didn't have degrees in being pioneers. They didn't have credentials that said, okay, we know this is how you do it. They made decisions, they made mistakes, they took responsibility, and they kept going. They didn't quit on the goal. They quit on the plan, and they found another way. Sometimes quitting is the right call. If it's not the right goal, that's one thing. But most days when I want to quit, it's not because the goal is wrong. It's because I'm tired, I'm scared, I'm doubting myself. And that's when I need this story. So if you feel like your plans aren't working out, maybe even like they're burning up. Don't forget that the goal doesn't have to. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again.